Hey, hi, how are you? My name is Holt. Welcome back to some Magic the Gathering, and today we're playing Jeskai, Yorion, and Pioneer, and this deck list might look vaguely familiar. Yes. Yes, this is an amalgamation of the old Hinata Dawn Crowned control deck that was in Standard for a little bit there, as well as an amalgamation of Blue-White control from Explorer. This deck performs surprisingly well, and I don't know why I'm saying surprisingly well, because I feel like a deck that runs these cards should perform well. It's just a giant hodgepodge of blue-white control with some really powerful reds splashed in to make stuff like Fable of the Mirror Breaker work, to make Hinata land, who is a surprisingly powerful card. Pioneer doesn't have a massive amount of board wipes outside of blue-white control, it's mostly spot removal that other decks seem to run, so Hinata making their spot removal cost more, and making their targeted spells cost more. It can really add up over time. Goldspan Dragon is just Goldspan Dragon. This guy's a monster. He does his best job. Combine that with also being able to run stuff like Magma Opus, even though technically you can just bin it and use Torrential Gear Hulk to get it back. You can also cast it for really cheap with Hinata. And then just being able to run Chandra to be able to double cast spells later on to make stuff like Censor actually land, or to make stuff like Absorb counter 2 things on the stack, or hit 2 things with March, or just double Magma Opus, or just use Chandra's minus ability to blow up stuff for 4 damage. The deck works pretty well in my experience. It's mostly a pet project of I want to play Jeskai decks because I like Jeskai colors. So I made this deck. Let's hop right into some gameplay and see how it does on the ladder. We're going first with a pretty darn good hand. We will keep it. Pretty darn good because I'm going to sneeze. That's always a good reason to keep a hand. That's staying in the video. Also good because of just... Well, now we actually have all our mana colors, but we have really powerful 2-drop plays. We have Mana Ramp, we have Counterspell, we have Card Advantage, all within our hand. Our opponent's playing Mardu Poison. I'm just gonna stop that in its tracks before anything else happens here. Sunfall is a lovely draw, meaning that depending on how I'm feeling and how my opponent is playing, we could Magma Opus to guarantee the Sunfall. Lagomos isn't that bad. I'm going to take 2 damage. I'm kind of okay with this, actually. Because this means that I'm going to draw into the farewell. We will pay the 2 life just to act like we have something to do here. We really don't have anything to do here, but... Urabrask's Forge, pretty rough. We're going to discard Magma Opus now, just to make sure that we can fare well on curve here. And just not hit our Omen of the Sea. We're not taking that much damage, honestly. We're still at 12. That's pretty good. We will just make sure that we do this because it's better, and then we will hit creatures, artifacts, and graveyards, just in case. Giving our Omen of the Sea alone and having our Sunfall as backup. What is my opponent doing? Let's find out. Norn's Wellspring. Wasn't I so smart? Wasn't I so smart, dear viewer, to make sure their graveyard couldn't do anything? Oh wait, never mind, this is the wrong card. I'm still smart for playing Exile. That sucks so much, but... They had a second? What are the odds? What are the odds they had a second Urabrask's Forge? Holy cow. That is so unlucky. We're just going to main phase this Memory Deluge. March and Emperor are wonderful here. So I believe this hits artifacts, right? Yeah, so we can hit the Forge. We will be taking some damage in the meantime. My opponent just doesn't miss, huh? I think I'm going to just take the damage here. Let my opponent do their end step. They do get to draw a card off of this because they will get their 2 oil counters. I'm gonna make sure I put a stop here to make sure that I don't accidentally fuck up. And like auto pass past it. And I think I'm going to exile my Sunfall to make sure I can hit this Urabrask's Forge here. Them just bottoming everything bodes really well for me. Let's go to the Sunfall, because we don't really care about the Lagomos here. We'll get it on this upcoming turn. Hopefully we draw a land, because then we can play Fable and Emperor. That will be very nice, because now we have a chump blocker, which can stop them very easily. And a Wandering Emperor, which can exile something very easily. And Fable can get rid of whatever we draw if we don't want it or need it, and all will be well. Hungry for more. Little knowing, not the end of the world. Alright, let's do some maths. That's 6. Alright, let's exile one of the 3/1s.
I'm not overconfident. You're just an... I am almost sad to see you go.
That is 5 damage. Let's block Logamos here. They do sacrifice a bunch of stuff and get to scry a bunch and maybe hitting exactly what they want, but I'm the control deck. I'll probably be okay. I don't know if I'll be okay. We'll make a jump blocker. We'll play Omen of the Sea. We'll just go hunting for some good stuff here. Absorb! Ah, if I don't die, everything is great. Oh wait, no, I can swing. I can swing, it's fine. I can swing because now I can play Absorb and regain some life if they try and play something dangerous. I think they scried to the top here. They didn't! They did not scry to the top. Interesting. We obviously just block the 2/1 here. Math is hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. We could put Yorion into hand and... Oh, never mind. We can just hit the Norn's Wellspring here? We can also hit the Yorion into hand here. I don't really want to put the Yorion into hand here, though. I kind of want to just hold up the Absorb. And take away their card advantage from the Wellspring. Hold up Absorb. I will obviously use Yorion here in a bit. Gain that 3 life back so we don't have to worry about it anymore. My opponent's going to play it again, get it exiled. They'll have a 3/1 swinging at me. If Logamos swings, we double block it because we can take the 5. We'll do this to make sure we don't take damage because Yorion will save me. Like the bestest of dragons he is. He's a bird serpent. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's fine though, we can still play Yorion. And we can play Teferi. We're gonna play Teferi and just like boot their guy back, right? I think that's the right play.
Let's take it back.
There's a chance that they just don't have anything there. And then we can play Yorion to filter Teferi. Or to, not to filter, sorry, to... What's the word I'm looking for? Reset his loyalty, I guess? Do they really want their Norn's Wellspring that bad? They're staring at it like they're going to sack something to go get it. Mardu Sacrifice is a really weird matchup, not one I was expecting here. My opponent's really going for it. Holy cow. They really want that Norn's Wellspring back. Alright, well, we will plus Teferi, and then do everything, and then get Teferi back at, like, full, whatchamacallit. And pray. Inata. What a good card. We forgot to plus Teferi. It's fine. We're just going to play Hinata and have 2 blockers that are really big and chunky. And all is well and fine, and I didn't make any mistakes at all.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
I want the Sunfall. I don't want the Steam Vents because I'm going to hurt myself getting it back. I want the land because why not? A 4-4 and a 4-5 can be pretty difficult for the opponent to get past. Teferi is reset. They just full mana Doomscarred me. Wow. Not what I was expecting. Holy cow. That's their Logamos. I know that for a fact.
There are so many mysteries. Meditate and prepare.
March. Lovely. Plus the Teferi, draw a card, untap some lands at the end step. I kind of just want to play on full control here. Just to make sure we don't go into combat. Because that thing will power up their Norn's Wellspring and cause problems. Dovin's Veto, good if they play any more non-creature things.
We need to move quickly.
Torrential Gearhulk, that's a card.
Put thoughtfulness.
Magma Opus, that's a card. Do we have a Magma Opus in the graveyard? Do we have an Absorb? We can flash in Torrential Gearhulk and play Absorb off of him. If my opponent tries to do anything. In the meantime, we will just continue to plus because we have no need to do any aggressive positionings here. Basically. We have no reason to be the aggressive player right now. We just, if we tap out and my opponent plays like a burn spell. Or something like Lagomos again, which will just continue to cause me problems by pumping their Norn's Wellspring. We also have a Dovin's Veto backup. This is the reason why we wanted to play it like this. We gain that life back off of them playing anything we wanted to counter. And now we have Dovin's Veto backup if they try and kill it, or board wipe us, or any number of those things. We're very close to being able to just ultimate Teferi too, which will win us the game, because we'll just start exiling their lands and their Norn's Wellspring, and Narset's cutting off their card draw, and yeah. We might have this in the bag at this point. I think we slowly ground that out. That got us really close. I think we went down to like 3 life at one point there. That was pretty close. But I think we kind of clutched it. Is my opponent okay? Do they wanna talk about it? Oh, opponent, no. No, you're not allowed to do that. I can't believe they just sacrificed a land to try and kill my Gearhulk. That was cute. Oh, hi, Goldspan Dragon! What a great little friend. Little friend guy, bud.
Keep up the pace.
That's a 2-drop, right? Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna get rid of the Norn's Wellspring so that they have to make their decision now. Oh, wait. Oh, it's 2! Right, it's 2. I think we just kind of keep the Magma Opus for a rainy day. We'll just kind of keep it for a rainy day and just kind of keep going ham. I think we just win now, especially now that we have Teferi Emblem. And we don't need anything at all anymore. Do I need to hit him with a good game? Are we done? Did I pull out the dub? Did Yorion and Co. pull out a victory for yours truly? If they board wipe me, I just use the treasure tokens to add a bunch of mana and then Magma Opus after they wipe me. Hit him for 4, draw 2 cards. Exile their stuff for funsies. It's technically not a May trigger, it's a required trigger. Yeah, sorry opponent. This is gonna... I'm just trying to get out my second gold spin to prove a point. And easy game, easy life. They played really well. They kept the pressure up. I just got really lucky, I think. I honestly think I just got really lucky. I got a couple of really clutch top decks. I did use my Scries to great effect with the Omens of the Seas, but I think I got lucky. I think just hitting, like, marches and stuff and, like, not being afraid to early play the Wandering Emperor. All sorts of stuff like that will really, really push me over the edge there. GG's, opponent. Opponent's going first. This is kind of okay. We can play Omen of the Sea and Fable on curve, which is, like, fine. We do have our double white mana here. Opponent's probably on mono green devotion, though, so this hand just got a lot worse. No, they're not. Interesting. Sunfall's wonderful. We're just gonna go ahead and slam this here. Portable Hole is good. We don't need card advantage when we have Fable in hand. That's a 3-drop, unfortunately. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Never mind. I always forget how Augur of Autumn works. It always allows you to play lands. The, like, if clause is, all about, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? The, like, if clause, so to speak, is that, like, if you control the 3 different cards for Coven, then you can play creatures. It's not lands that's the problem. Surik and Goreclaw, huh? Alright, well, we're absolutely going to take a bunch of damage here. Oh, never mind, we got lucky. Magma Opus can go and Portable Hole can go, I think. I don't really need those cards right now. And this is absolutely just to Sunfall them. Kind of resets them, not to 0, but a little bit back. I get a 3-3 after the fact, I'll have a 2-2 in the future. My opponent's on a more stompy mono green build, which I'm pretty okay with. I think we can handle stompy mono green pretty well. Old Growth Troll's not even a problem when you have a... Oh, excuse me. I don't know what that noise was. When you have a Wandering Emperor in hand. Audio's gonna glitch, I apologize. Had to tab out of the game to go make sure that something was working as intended. Does my opponent have a protection spell? I think they're trying to figure out if they have a protection spell.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water.
They don't have a protection spell, or if they do... Maybe it's just like the Garenbrig mana... It might just be the Garenbrig mana is just like holding Prio right now. Honestly, let's just make a jump blocker. That seems kind of okay to me. We can put this in hand right now, actually, because we can still hold up Absorb. My opponent's playing on full control right now. It's very strange. That is a 5-7, which is a little annoying. Also, they should have blown up the 3-3 that I can just, like, have for free on this upcoming turn, but what do they know? My opponent's being very strange. We're gonna let him have stuff, I think. I could just play Yorion and get Reflections just to do its thing. Get an extra 2-2. Get an extra cycle of lands and stuff. Probably get this Magma Opus out of my hand. It doesn't really do enough damage to matter right now. We have Dovin's Veto, but I don't think they're going to play anything that's non-creature. Like, why are they running multiple Castle Garenbrigs if they're not, Interesting. Yeah, just double dump lands. We do not need lands right now. Alright, you know what we're going to do, though? We're just going to vibe and wait. And just hit face with Magma Opus on their upkeep because we have the mana. And we're going to tap both their Castle Garenbrigs because they cannot make 6 mana. And they will only be left with 4 mana, which is bad for them. They saw me hover over them, and they're like, why the fuck are they touching my Castle Garenbrigs? It just cuts out their mana supply pretty heavily, and they can't really do anything about it unless they have, like, an instant of some sort that gives them hexproof. And mana goes away as phases change, and we are doing this in their upkeep, so... Magma Opus is a really good card that just doesn't see play because it's so expensive, but it is a really powerful card, and when you can use it well, it shines. It shines like a diamond, baby! I think my opponent's trying to figure out what they need to do here. Ah, there it is. It's Court of Calling. Mana value 4 or less. Put it on the battlefield. That does completely shut out their turn, though. Which... they got one whole tapped land. Good job, buddy. Fun fact, that didn't trigger the Silverback Elders into the battlefield trigger because it's not cast. Which is awkward. Censor! That'll be pretty good if they try and Court of Calling me again. Same as Dovin's Veto. This is just to cycle out some lands and stuff. So I think we're actually going to keep all our lands. We have enough of a board presence that Yorion can start the beat down, because they don't have something with reach. Scavenging Ooze is okay. Doesn't bother me. Yeah! Why not take out the one that's, like, living in real life? Why are they taking out the one that's on the battlefield? I guess they're just like, I'm going to kill it again anyways. I don't have any things that are, like, creatures. I don't really play creatures opponent. It really looks like they're just looking for a way to dumpster my graveyard when I literally don't use my graveyard for anything. Bushwhack. No! Try again. Vetoed. Okay, fine, that goes through. I don't have a choice, though. Are they gonna eat the Yorion now because they're so terrified of it? Really? That's your play? I have a 4/4. That's what I thought, nerd. I have a 4/4. This is a trade, buddy. I guess they're just scared of the 4/4. Maybe they're just gonna eat their own graveyard. Go ahead and flip this. Yes, you can activate Scavenging Ooze at instant speed, opponent. Please do it or just, like, tap your mana. That's a good one. We can dump both of these basics because we don't really need more blue mana. And draw 2 new cards. Farewell, nice. You are a 5 mana boy. You're gone. Look, you can Scavenging Ooze whenever you like, bud. There you go. Oh my god. You've had the power this whole time. Scavenging Ooze. Do it. Jesus Christ. Make a play. Stop holding priority. I don't hate the Scavenging Ooze. I hate the fact that you're refusing to pass prio with it. That's the annoying part. Alright, we're just gonna go hunting for some really cool... Teferi, I think, wins us the game on the spot. But I could be wrong. We have no reason to swing. Absolutely none at all. Look, I really just don't have anything down there for you to eat, opponent. Magma Opus doesn't do anything for you. Wow, Llanowar Elves. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth, or...? Okay, so we just kind of won the game off of this. We can Teferi minus on the Ooze to stop the Prio holdup and also force them to draw it later. They also got tired of holding up priority with their creature. They're like, darn it, if I can't scavenge their ooze, I'll concede. I don't know. They were kind of in a bad place anyway. Teferi is like endless card advantage. Even taking a turn off to bounce the scavenging ooze, it's like endless card advantage. And I just get to swing in with everything and start beating down on them. Narset's also card advantage, and I get to at least have a Kiki-Jiki held back. My opponent was in for a rough time. They tried their best. I really think the number one thing that killed them was they used their Silverback Elder here to kill the Kiki-Jiki that was on the battlefield. I could have gotten more value out of duping a Yorion, sure, and getting another Yorion trigger, but, big important one, I got to cycle through more cards in my deck and draw some cool stuff because of this Kiki-Jiki. GG's. We are going first with a pretty okay hand. Hanada's not amazing here, but Make Disappear and Omen of the Sea mean that we are allowed to, tempo pretty hard. Okay, Mono Green Devotion is going to be a really big test of the deck here. Elf Ball. Let's not, and say we did. We really need mana now. This is way too expensive. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. We can exile Hinata on this upcoming turn in order to be able to use March. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Alright, Hinata, you gotta go. That Beast Whisperer cannot stay. You might think that's a bit of a weird one, but Teferi is just that powerful of a Planeswalker. He kind of wins the games when he comes down. I'm shocked we haven't seen Mono Green Devotion yet. This is like just another Elf Ball deck. Very confusing. Like, Beast Whisperer is just a part of the Elf Ball decks. Land? Darn. You got two options. Memory Deluge and Omen of the Sea. I think Memory Deluge is the better card here. We will just grab 2 pieces of mana, because we're unlucky. We could potentially play Chandra on this next turn and maybe blow up a couple of big boy elves, but... that is... non-land permanents. I guess we just play Chandra and kill their elves, because that takes out some of their mana.
You have no idea who you're messing with.
I'm a little confused by the Paradox Engine. Did I accidentally sign up for Historic? No one plays Paradox Engine in this format. We can also just bounce it with Teferi after this, which will be pretty cool if true. Also, that can just be blown up by Chandra again. Yeah, I think we have to, I'm just gonna add the white and the blue to make sure Teferi can be cheaper.
Trust me.
I think we need to bound... No, we don't. We can plus Teferi. That's fine.
You know what? I'm not done.
We can play Narset here too. This is all pretty good, honestly.
I have practiced against many. Hone your prowess.
And Sunfall, so now they know what's happening. We're going to do that so that we can play Omen of the Sea. Yeah, they know what's happening now. They can play out whatever they want as much as they want. Drawing cards, that's a no-go. Creatures, that's a no-go. You're getting Sunfalled, baby. Palladium Mirror? I'm just going to do this so I stop holding up Prio, because this is all I wanted to do anyways. Gonna stop holding Prio. I guess we can get our Wandering Emperor in hand. we're just playing all the Planeswalkers in this deck anyways. It's fine. It's fine. My opponent really out here just like, alright, but like, consider this. I'm gonna play out into a Sunfall that my opponent just revealed.
Just wait a moment.
White. Sunfall. I guess we get to Sunfall twice. We get a 0/0 token. That is a thing you can get, by the way.
Keep up the pace.
Play the land. I guess we just hold up Wandering Emperor mana. Oh no, we could have absolutely played Fable. Teferi untaps lands. Right. I forgot. My opponent's in for a really bad time right now. We have the Planeswalker gang going on over here, and when they can't draw cards off their Paradox engine, that's like really unfortunate for them. It's a 4/5. Oh no, my 7... Oh no, it's an 8/9. I guess I'll just have to use Magma Opus, and then... I don't know. I'll just figure something out. It'll be fine. We'll just make some tokens. Confuse them.
We must protect the people.
We'll probably figure this out.
Let's skip to the good part.
Weedluge is pretty okay. Honestly, you know what we're gonna do? This is a bit of a weird one.
Let's go big.
So if we do just face, tap those things down, it doesn't work, okay. We go that, tap them. There it is. Now we can copy with Chandra's. And we can just target face this time, right? Oh, no, we have to do the... We have to do the same number of targets because it's the same spell, right? This isn't really to do anything that impressive. It's mostly just to refill my hand and make 2 4/4s, which can be pretty difficult for most decks to deal with, even a big stompy deck. Technically, it's 3 4/4s and 2 2/2s, which, that's really hard to deal with. Oh no, a Titan of Industry.
Let's give it our all.
Which is getting countered twice. Fun fact, Hanada actually makes Make Disappear only cost 1. Isn't that fancy? Another fun fact, Portable Hole hits Voracious Hydra, because it's technically a 2-mana spell. Isn't that sick? Oh, just face? Yeah, I don't care. You're dead. No, they didn't even get to see my really cool and funny play of Portable Holing a big ol' Hydra. You ever stick an 8/9 Hydra in a hole? They were dead on the rebound. 4, 4, 4. That's 12. That's 14. That's 16. 17 with Wandering Emperor. And then another 9 from Chandra. Yeah, that went pretty well. I don't quite get the Paradox engine. I feel like that's one of those things where, like, if they get all of these out with the Beast Whisperer, it's probably good, but until then it's not, so I don't know why they're running it without Karn. Maybe they do run Karn. GG's. We're going first with a kind of weird hand that I don't think works. This is a little better because we can play Fable. Sorry, Magma Opus. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think Magma Opus has got to go. Play that, then we can play March. And if we're really in danger, we can discard the Teferi. Or, well, exile the Teferi to March. I think March is a really, really powerful exile effect that hits a lot of decks much harder than I think that they'll get hit. I also am absolutely playing just like the single red source here just to mess with my opponent. This will enter tapped. Because if we want to hit a 2-drop, we need to exile Teferi anyways, right? So Spirited Companion, boy, doesn't bother me. We will play our blue source just to make sure we have it, and we will play Fable. And then, unlike the black decks of the meta, we're going to slam Teferi on 4 instead of Invoke Despair. Darksteel Citadel? What? I am confused? I have many much confusion? My opponent, what are you doing? Are they an Ensouled Artifact deck without the blue mana? A little confusing if so. Little lost in the sauce, mayhaps. All of that for another Spirited Companion to double block my little guy, probably. Ethereal Armor. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, that's fine. We're just going to... we like our hand.
Trust me. Keep up the pace.
Exiling Teferi. Sorry, Teferi, you gotta go, but that Spirited Companion has also gotta go. Sorry, opponent. Had to do that in your draw step. So obviously it's a, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
That didn't go according to plan.
We'll get rid of it eventually. We have tons of ways of getting rid of stuff like that. We will play this Omen of the Sea because I think we need to make sure we hit our land drop here. Sorry, Hanad, I don't think you're it, Chief. Let's make sure we hit that land drop. This means we can start playing Chandra out, which will be nice. Hopefully my opponent plays stuff that is expensive so we can censor it. If not, I'm annoyed. That's annoying. It's looking like this is just going to be a play Chandra to deal with my opponent's big ol' creature things. Urn of Sustenance, yeah. They draw a card. I'm hoping they just kind of keep playing all out and just assume that I have like a kill spell. All that glitters has got to go. Yeah, now we can just swing in with the Goblin Shaman, assuming we don't draw a land. They can double block if they want to. We now play Chandra, because we want to kill both of their things. And Chandra now provides big mana.
Time to light up the darkness.
Big mana. Extra 2 mana per turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here, have a gift.
Let's just do this, shall we? We just need more cards. If they have a Surge of Salvation, I'm in big trouble. I'm not gonna lie, because this was gonna draw me 4 cards. They're scoping! Yes, I was really scared of a Surge of Salvation. Because that kills Magma Opus on the spot. I would have to, like, target my own creatures to get the card draw, which is what I really needed. But yeah, this was gonna be 4 damage to face, make a 4/4, draw 2. 4 damage to face, make a 4/4, draw 2. It was going to be a really big swing. Magma Opus is good. It's just way too expensive for most decks. But GG's. Opponent's going first, and this is an okay hand. With a way to ramp, potentially. Hi, Hall. You're a good turn 1 play, because they can play Seachrome Coast. Looks like my opponent is also playing some form of Jeskai something. So this makes this hand even better than it was before. You can also march something and get rid of the veto. We will enter tapped. I don't really think we need to counter anything they play, honestly. I think most of what a Jeskai deck would play is stuff we don't care about. There's Mari Command. That's mana advantage? I don't want you to have mana advantage. That feels like trying to sneak out a Teferi 1 turn early. wonder what my opponent's general game plan is. I think we just try and flash out the Wandering Emperor here. We don't really need the card advantage right now, so we just try and play something that's a threat. There it is. I can enter tapped. We don't have the mana to do everything we want to do. Let's try Memory Deluge now. Just keep putting the pressure on them. Goldspan, Torrential Gearhulk actually. And then Deserted Beach. I changed my mind about what I want to do. Torrential Gearhulk can get back the Dovin's Veto if they're playing something really scary. Supreme Will. Top 4 cards, put 1 into your hand. I don't care about you putting 1 card into your hand, opponent. It's not really that scary. We will go ahead and discard a Magma Opus. They can't stop that. Unless they really, really, really want to stop that. They discarded a Revitalize. Okay. That's very confusing, but okay. We're just going to discard another Magma Opus now, because we just don't care. That screamed I'm tapped out. That screams I'm, like, out of spells. Let's try and flash in the Gearhulk. Cool! Free Magma Opus! What you got? Nothing. Okay. That's cool. Bonk, bonk. That worked pretty well. Oh, we could have lethaled them with all of the Storm Giants. Oh well, that's my bad. I wasn't paying attention. I think we really would have just straight up gotten there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,000-Year Storm. Okay. Cool effect. We'll just counter the first one. Oh, is that just game? Mad props to my opponent for doing something different, cool, and interesting. I'll give him mad props. 1,000-Year Storm, sure, yeah. I guess they just wanted to steal it so they could, like, big score again and maybe get some, like, cards that they needed. I don't know. They did not have many counter spells. They had the Veto, and that was kind of it. I guess they had the Supreme Will, right? But then they just gave it away. I don't know. Either way, GG's. We go first, so there's a chance of winning with a pretty solid hand. I think we just play Hall of Storm Giants first, just to make sure it doesn't come in tapped. Trolling myself. It needs to come in early, and I really need to hit lands on curve in this deck. We can always just shock in Steam Vents if we decide, oh, we really want to get Magma Opus going. In this exact instance, we can play Seachrome Coast to Portable Hold the Elf away. Elf be gone! By this guy. Girl. Person? Oh, they're actual elves, because that's black mana, which means they're real elves. Okay. Fable. We'll probably end up ditching Dovin's Veto and then Magma Opus just to draw more cards here. Hit that farewell. The fact that they're running Woodland Cemetery makes me really think that they're not running Nykthos Ramp and that this is just Elf Ball. Could be wrong. But Tyvar gives it away. This is Elf Ball.
Talk about this fight for centuries.
Gonna play some 3-drop here. It'll probably be okay. Probably dump Dovin's and Magma Opus. That's gotta go. That's a lot of mana. Wow, that's bad. Alright. That's gotta go. I take it back. That's debatably okay. Do a 2-drop. Thankfully, this is just attack trigger for the Goblin Shaman. I can just beat down on Tyvar, meaning that if they do decide to mill and do stuff, it works out well in my favor. Because their Tyvar is gone. Shaman of the Pack. Okay, so I lose 3. That's fine. Unfortunately, this guy flips here. I do think we need to just fare well and just give him a hard time, though.
Show them what you're made of.
Yeah, you gonna trade? Sure. Just creatures. And they're exiled, so Tyvar can't get them back. Which bodes well for me, in general. Elvish War Master can get hold.
I believe in you, friend.
I didn't really want to play Teferi here, but when the game gives you a Teferi Hero of Dominaria, you play a Teferi Hero of Dominaria. I'm just saying. We do have Make Disappear in case they try and play like a 3-drop, like another Shaman of the Pack, another Circle of Dreams Druid. Anything expensive. We do have the counterspell available. Oh, I literally don't care. They get a 1/1. Yay, whatever. I'm shocked they're not going to minus Tyvar. Because this is a put it on the battlefield trigger.
Stop that now.
Love you, Teferi. Stop that now. All you have is a Shaman of the Pack down there. That is a 3-mana drop opponent. Tyvar does not get back 3 drops. He gets back 2 drops. It's a big difference.
Your story's not finished.
Marwyn's not going to do anything, thankfully. 1, 2,
skip
3,
to the
4,
good
5,
part.
6, 7. Yeah, I think we just play the Goldspan Dragon and hang out. It's kind of hard for them to get past a Goldspan Dragon. Hehehehe. It's kind of hard for them to get past a Goldspan Dragon. Like, it's just hard in general. God, I hope my knuckles cracking didn't come into the microphone again. They can minus Tyvar again. That's, like, kill him, yeah.
Well,
Sure.
This fight isn't worth. There is never
They got Elena War
we can
Elves.
win.
Great job, opponent. You got me. We can now play Yorion and cycle this portable hold to get rid of this Elvish War Master.
No time for a break.
We can also swing with Goldspan, because when Yorion enters, it'll... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not Flicker. I guess Flicker isn't the dumbest name for it. It's kind of flickering. They do get another 1/1, but... they lose the Elvish War Master, which is one of their big deal cards. And yeah, my opponent's just going to have a tough time, because I'm just going to keep drawing cards with Teferi.
I'm getting too old for this.
Alright, well, he didn't die, so I'm kind of confused as to what my opponent was doing there.
My prowess is unmatched. Keep an open mind.
I'm the Sea is pretty okay, and it was already revealed, so there's no reason for me to not play it. Memory Day Loogie. Let's make sure and just do it like this. So that way I can, like, untap lands more efficiently if I get something good, like a March and a Hinata. That's pretty good.
You know
Draw
what?
end card. Another Teferi. We could swing. I don't really want to. I just kind of want to vibe and hang back and have March for a scary card. March for a scary card, he says. Elvish Mystic they play. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh no! My Teferi is gone! What will I do without my Teferi?
know what must. Let's skip to the good part.
There it is. Yeah, they ran out of juice really, really fast, really, really early. I guess to be fair, I did double board wipe them, right? Let me check my graveyard. I didn't double board wipe them. I hit them with the one board wipe, and then I was just like slowly marching them out of existence. There's not much Elf Ball can do once they fall behind. GG's though. And that's that. You get to see how the deck performed. You got to see it not really play a lot of the like meta decks. Kind of confused as to why we didn't play any of them. We got Elf Ball a couple of times, which was interesting, but hey. You win, you win. This deck performs pretty admirably. I'd say we probably sit around a 50 to 60% win rate on a good day, just barely eking above 50. So obviously, that means it's a good deck, right? If you're winning half the time, fighting off bad draws and things of the like, you're typically doing pretty well. I'm sure adjustments could be made. I feel like the marches and portable holes could potentially be changed out for like just like really cheap burn spells, like Fiery Impulse or something like that, and I don't think the deck would really be any worse for wear, but this is the version that I like. I think it's a lot of fun. I do love the way that March synergizes with Hinata if you ever get to play her, and I like the fact that Hinata can be like exiled for March, and we have so many white cards that March just like gains a lot of value, you know? If you have the board wipes and you realize your opponent's kind of going all in on one creature, you're just like, oh, well, I just like exile part of my hand and now I march it. Or, oh, it's a creature deck. I don't need Dovin's Veto. Exile Dovin's Veto, march it. I think it's a pretty good toolboxy card. And I think it's just really, really nice in a deck like this. But overall, yeah, that's the deck. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Deck list will be down in the description below as per usual. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I hope to catch you in the next one.